What's up, everyone? Today we are going to go over some of the craziest and most absurd ways that people have gotten revenge on someone and the reason why they did it. And today I will be playing the judge. We're going to see if it was completely justified or if we should hunt these people down and beat them up in an alleyway. Let's go. Every night my husband refuses to let me watch a show in the living room. Go watch it in the garage. So I have to watch my shows on my laptop or phone while he relaxes all comfy on the couch. Dude, what year is it? What are you doing? Just start putting a little bleach in this guy's soup and end it already. Jesus. I have to watch my shows on my laptop or phone while he relaxes all comfy on the couch with a big TV. It made me so mad one night that I waited until he fell asleep and went into his phone and changed every single contact name to fuck you. I like inconvenient revenge on people. I think that's funny because he's going to have no idea who's calling him for the rest of time. You're just going to have to keep changing names to fuck you. Which is, well, I mean, from fuck you to whatever their name is, Jared. Like when I was younger, I went to someone's house and I just took all the spoons. It's so little that you're probably like, no one took all the spoons. Who would do that? We must have misplaced them. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that you should probably leave your husband. You know, I think you should change your relationship status with your husband instead of changing the contact names in the phone. I have a roommate that never shuts the lights off no matter how many times a week I ask. It's like insane. The lights are always on. I was pissed, and one day I peed on her bar of soap and put it back on the sink. I don't know why this is what I thought of. If you piss on a bar of soap, is it dirty? You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. This is like, I took all her fries and threw them in the fryer. It's like, yeah, they were going to, it's like part of the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have pissed on her toothbrush. I mean, not that I'm not saying you should have done that. The bar of soap is weird. Leaving the lights on is annoying. And also, you know, financially, that takes a burden on you because you guys are probably splitting the light bill. So you might as well piss on a couple of bars of soap. What's the big deal? And honestly, if she doesn't notice that she's rubbing a bar of piss all over her, that's her problem. But yeah, I think you're in the clear here because no harm, no foul. I'm pretty sure piss is sterile. Don't ask me why I know that. But if you're pissing on a bar of soap, it's all right. The soap is still clean. It'll still clean you, I think. I don't know. Printed up an entire fake letter from the college my brother really wanted to get into saying that he was unfortunately not accepted. That is fucked up. It looked super official and my whole family believed it. He did end up getting into this college, but I let his misery go on for 2 days before telling him. Reason I did this is because he told my parents I had weed gummies in my room. Oh, damn, yo, your brother's a little snitch bitch, dude. Fuck, yeah, no, this is totally justified. 2 days also? Whatever. I mean, I wouldn't want someone to joke about that to me. Also, who knows if you were filming one of those TikTok videos where like the whole fucking family is huddled around the computer and they're like, didn't get into Harvard. This is all over some weed gummies. Also, I will say this, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because your parents are probably like thinking that your brother is like the better son or whatever the fuck. And then this just reaffirms that. It's like, you know, you got in trouble for having weed gummies and now you're also a piece of shit for doing this to your brother. And they're like, when are you going to fucking get it together? Okay, he's got it together. He's getting into college. And what the fuck are you doing? You're doing weed gummies again? On your way to college is way too old to be like snitching about weed gummies, by the way. I don't know where the fuck this kid is going to college. Maybe BYU. Maybe he'd fit in right there. He'd fit in there. You ever see the videos of people from BYU? They're like, would you rather die like a horrible death or watch a minute of porn? And they're like, die a horrible death. And I'm like, damn, dude. I will respect the fact that they're riding for their religion, but dude, just watch that porn. It's fine. It's just a pair of tits, Peter Pan. Chill out. Psychology teacher failed me because my paper was 2 days late. Reason my paper was late is that my dog was hit by a car and we weren't sure if he was going to make it, and I was in a bad place. God damn, your dog survived a car? That's fucking fire. Not fire. He's probably got some leg stuff and, you know, other things too. I'm glad that he's alive though. That's good. Felt like that was really unfair and everyone agreed, but she didn't care. She was a neighbor of a friend, so I knew where she lived. All right. Here we go. Egged the shit out of her house with the boys. With the boys. I love that. What a 1990s way of getting revenge, by the way. Throwing eggs at a house. Like, what? Egged the shit out of her house with the boys. Left 3 raw chickens on her stoop. Put dirt in her mailbox and stuck 50 plastic forks in her lawn. helped me feel a little better. Damn, I was starting to sound like the 12 Days of Christmas. Egg the shit out of her house with the boys. 3 raw chickens, dirt in the mailbox. 50 plastic forks. I think this is also kind of cool. I don't know where you get 3 raw chickens from. Like, I've heard of, what? Yeah, dude, that's not what I mean. You said the supermarket. Bro, I know where you get chicken. Egging someone's house. That's a classic. Shoving plastic forks in their lawn. I've heard of stuff like that, but I get it. It's cool. 3 raw chickens. That one I don't understand at all. If anything, you rub the raw chicken on her doorknob. She'll never know. It'll dry by the morning, but when she touches it, salmonella. Is that illegal? Probs. Don't listen to me. And I never said that. You know what I've heard of? People throwing a bunch of tea bags into somebody's pool. That'll fuck it up. That'll definitely fuck it up. Imagine coming out to a pool and it's just a ginger lemon. It's a ginger lemon pool. Have a flatmate. Ooh, we're in London. Have a flatmate that always ripped massive farts. I'm a bro too and usually don't mind this sort of behavior, but they stunk to high heavens and it seemed like he was trying to do it more once he realized I wasn't finding it funny anymore. We have one Lou in the flat. Whoa, dude. This is super British. This is crazy. We have one Lou in the flat, so I decided to start leaving my big shits in the toilet without flushing, yeah? We have one Lou in the flat, so I decided to start leaving my big shits in the toilet without flushing until he stops farting all about the place. I'm 3 days in, so we'll see. All right, this is probably the first one that I'm going to disagree with. Dude, you live there too. You're taking massive shits and just letting them rock. That's going to make your whole place smell like ass and way worse than a fart would, because farts they eventually mix with the air and just they make their way out. A shit is gonna stink forever if you leave it there until it turns white or whatever happens to. I don't really know. I've never stuck around to see the whole thing happen. Yeah, this one I wouldn't agree with. I mean, what you could do is get revenge by just taking massive farts in the guy's pillow. Let him have a couple of days of pink eye. You know what I mean? Let them figure out the conjunctivitis a little bit. Let it crust the eyelids in the morning. No one likes that. So maybe that's better because that's something that only they have to deal with. If you're taking a shit in your own apartment and letting it fester, that's a little strange. That's friendly fire, guys. All right? So let's be smart about the revenge. All right? I don't know how you guys do it over there in the loo in the flat, but over here in the toilet in the apartment, we don't shit and let it sit around, all right? My fiance hates that I put ketchup on my steak. I'm a girl, by the way, and my fiance is a 6'4" man, an ex-Marine. I don't know why any of that would hold relevance in this fucking thing. My husband, by the way, is this tall. So let me get that out of the way to justify my actions. I know it's probably not right to put ketchup on steak, but whatever. I like it. He gets so mad to the point we get into an argument about it, and he says he's embarrassed to eat around other people if I'm going to continue putting ketchup on steak. Anyway, to prove a point, he mixed hot sauce into the ketchup the other week. I found out the hard way when we were eating steak. I was so pissed, and he told me it was for my own good and that functioning members of society don't put ketchup on steak. This is so weird. This is such a weird argument to have. Like a weird hill to die on, to the point where it's like I'm going to do a sneaky mix of hot sauces. The fuck? I was pissed, but I held it in because I was already plotting revenge. I bought the hottest hot sauce I could find along with a tiny syringe. I put the hot sauce into the syringe and injected as much of it as I could into his toothpaste tube. I did it toward the end of the tube, so I'm still waiting for him to get to it, but I think it will be glorious. Are you an idiot? What color is this man's toothpaste? And why do you think he's not going to notice the red hot sauce pouring out of it? What kind of revenge is this? What is going on in this house, by the way? You know what? This actually sounds like a healthy couple. They have nothing to fight about, but of course you got to fight about something. And this guy's like, the fucking ketchup again? Not on the steak. Also, I was correct. 6'4" ex-Marine doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He could have been a fucking 5'2" accountant in the fucking. It's still weird. I'm very confused by how you think this is going to go. Unless you found white hot sauce, which you didn't. I don't think it'll be glorious. What I think is going to happen is that your ex-Marine 6'4" husband will be brushing his fucking 32 teeth, and he'll just squeeze some fucking hot sauce onto the toothbrush and be like, "What's this red?" And then smell it and go, "That smells like hot sauce." That's weird. That's how it's going to go. My stepdad wears a dumb fanny pack sometimes. I've been putting my toenail clippings in it for 3 months. The reason? He's my stepdad. The other reason? He wears a fucking fanny pack. I don't know who's dumber, you or him. Also, you've been putting your toenail clippings in it for 3 months? How often do you clip your toenails? I've maybe cut my toenails like once a month. For 3 months, it makes it seem like this thing's filled. Like, you have the quickest growing toenails ever. Like, also, how the fuck does this idiot not notice that there's a bunch of toenail clipping? I would notice one toenail clipping in a fanny pack. Fanny packs are this big. I would go to put my, wallet or whatever in it and be like, what the fuck is that thing? I'd be like, it's a toenail. And then I would get it out. But you just putting it in there, unless your stepdad is just wearing it for fashion points, which if that's the case, you should put a bomb in there probably. Yeah, set that up. Or just throw it out. If he's never noticing the toenail clippings, you're not even getting revenge. He's just wearing it being like, whatever. I don't give a fuck if there's a raccoon in this thing. I'm going to put it on because I think it looks cool. How are you getting revenge if he never opens the fucking thing? I feel like if my dad was wearing a fanny pack and I wanted him to stop wearing it, I would throw it out and be like, you misplaced it. It's like 110th on my list to be like, I'm going to cut my toenails and shove it into the fanny pack. Like, what the fuck? How do you get there? All right, before we continue with this video, we do have some sponsors. The first one being SeatGeek. SeatGeek is where I buy all of my tickets. It's the #1 rated ticketing app in the App Store. And folks, there's a lot of concerts and baseball games or Broadway plays or whatever you want that are happening this summer, and you might as well get tickets from them from SeatGeek because, like I said, it's the #1 rated ticketing app. I have been using it for the past, what feels like forever, years, and they have a lovely interface, and they let you know when you're paying a good price for a ticket by making it a dark green color, and then if you're paying too much for the ticket, it will show up as a dark red on the map. So it's really nice. I've been working with SeatGeek for a while now, and it used to be that you only get a certain amount of, you can only get a percentage off of your tickets if it's your first time, but now you can get a % off of these tickets, any tickets. So if you've been using SeatGeek for years, we're going to save you guys some money too. You can use my code Joe10 for 10% off of any tickets. All right, so this summer, if you're going to baseball games, you're going to a concert, you're going to see Taylor Swift or whatever the heck is going on, you could save 10% off your tickets when you use SeatGeek. So go download that SeatGeek app and use the code Joe10 for 10% off of any tickets. All right, do it now. Go download the app, take someone nice out to something nicer, and save 10% with that code Joe10. All right. We also have Cuts Clothing. And now Cuts Clothing is, they got high quality, wrinkle free, buttery soft clothing. Okay. You put it on and it feels like you're laying in a cloud. They sent me some of their shirts, and I got to tell you right now, it's some of the most comfortable things I've ever put on this body. And also like the way that it fits. Okay. It kind of accentuates my bicep, which is huge. Okay. And that's why I think a lot of professional athletes, not that I'm one of those, but a lot of professional athletes prefer Cuts Clothing because of the way that it shapes your body and it makes you feel nice. Also, this is not cheap material, okay? It is built to last. Their durable construction makes it so that you will be wearing these clothes for a very long time. And also, I know I mentioned it at the top there, but wrinkle-free, sign me the hell up. I wish everything I owned was wrinkle-free. And now I can have that with Cuts Clothing. But seriously, I think these shirts are amazing. They're nice and breathable. And not only that, but it's like some t-shirts just look like t-shirts, and you can't wear them to like a barbecue or anything that you kind of have to wear jeans to. But these shirts look like higher quality, and they like, they fit for every sort of occasion. Okay, you could wear them around the house, sort of like athleisure like that. You could work out in them if you wanted to, but you could also wear them to like a backyard barbecue. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of different places you could be wearing this. And listen, I'm gonna save you some money on top of that too. You can go to cutsclothing.com, and when you use the code Joe, you're gonna save 20% off of your entire order. Okay, that is big savings, folks. So go to cutsclothing.com and use that code Joe for 20% off your entire order. Okay. Thank me later. Ever since my husband had unkind words about my mother, your mother's a fat bitch. Unkind words is very funny. Ever since my husband had unkind words about my mother, I've been going into his home office and rotating all the things on his desk to 15 to 30 degrees. Just enough so things feel a little off each time. I hope he notices. Your husband says that your mom's a fat piece of shit with fucking fucked up feet. And your idea is to go, that's it, dude? Are you kidding me? Dude, go over to his mom's house and beat her face in. You want to talk about revenge, bro? Revenge is twisting the shit that holds the pens. He said that your mom is a hunchback whale. Not a humpback whale. A hunchback whale. Also, 15 to 30 degrees. How do you even know what that is? 15 to 30 is not a big enough range. Unkind words about my mother. That is way more serious than you being like, did you notice your notebook is 15 degrees? You'd be like, I don't fucking care. Give a fuck what degree my notebook is at. Your mother's still a whore. Like, he doesn't care, dude. All week, my brand new boyfriend kept sneaking out to make phone calls, making it painfully obvious he didn't want me to hear. I had literally just gotten out of a relationship where I got cheated on, so I was not having it. Slept at his place one night, and when he fell asleep, I took his phone. I had seen him enter his passcode before. The contact he kept talking to was Lorraine. So I called her, and when she picked up, I said, honestly, you can have Josh. His dick is super mid, and I haven't orgasmed yet. He's all yours. I just wanted to let you know he's a cheater. Turns out Lorraine was his mom. He was sneaking out to make calls because he didn't want to tell me that he had just lost his job and that he was trying to convince her to pay his rent for the time being. He didn't find it weird that he has his mom's first name in his phone. I agree that, like, having your mom's first name in your phone is strange. It should be mom because that's what you call her. Unless he calls her, like, Lorraine, that would be very weird. Also, on your end, I understand why you're sensitive to these things, but maybe you should just let somebody say hello on the other end before you start talking about cock, all right, and orgasms. I feel like maybe let's just see who's on the other end. It could be Lorraine, could be fucking anybody, all right? And also, that's an old name. You never meet anyone in their 20s named Lorraine. It doesn't happen anymore. That should have been a clue alone that clearly this is an older woman here. Who the fuck knows what's going on? I think that could be justified. I just think you just jumped the gun. Get confirmation a little bit before you start firing off, your orgasm count or whatever, My boss is a dick. I work in a pretty high-end restaurant, so I know head chefs have the stereotype of being assholes, but mine really goes above and beyond to be one. So 3 weeks ago, to get back at him, I printed out a bunch of posters for free puppies. The sign says, free teacup poodles available for the right owner. Call for more info. I put his cell phone number. The other day, he finally complained to all of us about the amount of calls he's been getting, and he has no choice but to change his number. It felt good. How do you even get to this point? I just don't get it. There's so many other ways of revenge, but you're like, I'm going to... Like teacup poodles. I'm thinking about murder before I even get there, to be honest with you. I'm like, if I hate this person enough, like you just want them to get a lot of calls. Also, that means you had to go to like Staples and print out 1 billion fucking pieces of paper and hang them up, walk around the neighborhood and like put it around. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to do arts and crafts to get back at your chef when you could have just like hired your friends to send a bunch of food back and be like, the chef sucks here. Or something. Try to get him fired in that way. You don't have to go be like, I'm gonna get him back by he's gonna fake sell a bunch of dogs. Like, what the fuck? How did you even get there? This person is very innocent and nice. Like this is like a nice revenge and like pretty tame for the most part. But if it's me, I'm getting him fired. Fuck that guy. I'd be like, yo, we're gonna get you fired here, and I'm gonna start complaining to the boss about shit that has never happened before. Anyway, that is all for this week's video. Some of you guys are pretty creative in the way that you have revenge. I'm personally a little more just easier, I guess. I would never land at teacup poodles and fucking all kinds of shit that are in this video, but everyone has their different ways of getting revenge. Is it right? Probably not. Is it fun and does it feel good? Absolutely. So that's all. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.